Hey guys, welcome back. So I just got back from seeing Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and I tried to record this video like 2 other times, but I keep slipping into spoiler zone. So I made myself a little list here. I'm going to try my best to give an okay review without spoiling anything. It's very difficult. I will be doing a spoiler-filled review on Saturday after I see the movie again, and that'll give me a full day and a half to digest what I've seen tonight. And because I'm really excited about it right now, my opinion might be a little skewed, so if I see it again, I might have a better critique. But that being said, let's get to the review. I wrote some notes down below here, so if you see me glancing down, I'm looking at my little checklist of things I would like to talk about. So, first thing I wrote, better than The Force Awakens. I love this movie. I think it was really, really great. And when I say better than The Force Awakens, here are the things that I think really caught me. The directing style, it feels different than most other Star Wars movies as far as the direction and the overall tone of it is sort of different than any of the other movies I've seen, which I really liked. But the thing that kept it right is it still, even though the tone was so different, it still felt more like a Star Wars movie than any of the prequel movies, and even more than The Force Awakens. And I think it's because it was so grounded in the Star Wars universe. The ships and all the characters' costumes and the sets in particular felt just spot on, like they came right out of A New Hope. So you're inside someone's home and it looks like a set could have been made for A New Hope. It's the materials and the textures and the colors and the amount of wear and tear just looks like perfect. And I got these weird hits of nostalgia. And I'm looking at characters I've never seen in sets I've never seen, and I still felt it like I was a kid. It was really a neat thing. So that was really great. Let's see. I would say definitely see A New Hope first. If you haven't seen A New Hope, which is crazy to me, but if you haven't seen A New Hope, go see A New Hope before you see this, because there are lots and lots of call-outs to A New Hope and Star Wars Rebels. There's some things. If you watch Star Wars Rebels, there are some elements that you will see in this film that are from Star Wars Rebels. Nothing that affects the plot at all, but background things to look for. I'll tell you what a couple of them are. You see the Ghost. Star Wars Rebels ship, the Ghost, makes an appearance. Again, background stuff. I hope this isn't a spoiler. It's just, you will see it. And in a particular droid from Star Wars Rebels, you've seen very briefly. So be on the lookout for that. I don't think that's a spoiler. Again, it doesn't affect anything in this movie. It's just something that happens in the background. I'm only telling you this so you'll look for it. Not spoiling any scenes. Let's see. The pacing was really, really good. The movie sort of ramps up at a really nice linear pace, and it doesn't go from nothing going on to crazy. It gets more and more and more exciting as it goes. I really like the build. You get to know the characters kind of as it goes, so it doesn't have this long, super slow introduction to everybody. It's kind of you're learning about them as the action is happening, which is nice. That being said, the one thing that I think was a little weird for me was the music, and this is the first Star Wars movie that wasn't composed by John Williams, and the composer, whose name I'm forgetting right now, unfortunately, I'll put it in the description. He did a really, really good job. And I'm really impressed, and I think it took some balls to do what he did, because he didn't really follow the typical Star Wars themes like I would expect. He kind of did his own thing, and there are definitely some call-outs to old Star Wars themes here and there, but really subtle. Maybe 3 or 4 times in the whole movie, like little clips where you kind of got a little bit of a Star Wars, an existing theme, and the rest was all new. And his style is different than John Williams. And John Williams, when he writes music, it's got lots and lots of elements. There's a lot of texture to the music. So there's all the instruments. There's a lot of background instruments doing very different things from what the main theme of the music is. And this new music wasn't quite like that. It felt more simple. It was still exciting and big when it needed to be big, but it was, I don't know, it was simpler. It was almost like the whole orchestra was following one theme, as opposed to, a chunk of the orchestra following one theme, and then the other parts of the orchestra are playing totally different stuff behind it, like John Williams would do. And in the first probably third of the movie, I felt like the music cues were maybe too pronounced for the weight of this scenario that the characters were in. It felt like the music might have been too much, and that was distracting to me. That's why I bring it up, is because the music in a movie should fit in with the scene. It should be there, and it should be good, but you shouldn't notice it. It should be a thing like if you think about the music and you listen to it, like, this is nice. But when you're just watching the movie, it shouldn't be distracting. And I was a little distracted for about the first third. And then as the movie ramped up, like I was saying, the movie's ramping up. I'll come this way, like this. Movie's ramping up. Music is all here from the beginning. So music's already too much, and then when it hits about the third of the way through, it gets lines up real nice. So that was good. That was my only gripe so far. Let's see, what else did I write down here? K2SO. Yes, I'm saying K2SO. I know I said it wrong in that one video, but it's only because I saw it someplace said like that. So I just followed suit. And but it's K2SO. They never say it any other way. He was awesome. That droid was great. And he said some stuff. The whole theater laughed in a good way. Not laughed because, wow, that was dumb. They laughed because it was just such a perfect, witty response. And not that the droid was necessarily making a joke. It's just what he said was so... It was perfect. It was just really good. The delivery was right. Very good writing in those parts. I like that a lot. And I really dig him a bunch. The space battles. Oh my god. Space battles were really good. And some very new creative elements happened. This is where I screwed up the last one. I got into all kinds of spoilers when I tried to record this before. They get very creative with some of the ship battle parts, and that was exciting for me. It was very exciting for me. I can't tell you anymore without spoiling it. Let's see. I love all the new costumes. I love the tank troopers and the shore troopers. And the new stormtroopers, what I found to be really interesting is that when you see the stills and the shots from the trailer, they looked so drastically different from the old school kind of stormtroopers. Even though they're still basically the same, I could spot all these things that were different. But once you see them in action and they're running and doing all the stuff, they feel like the old school stormtroopers from A New Hope. It's almost like the details that they changed aren't that noticeable when they're in action. So that all felt really good. And they were, pretty badass. It was awesome. Man, I don't know. I'm right about to teeter into spoiler zone. So let me check my list. What did I miss so far? Oh yeah, just the overall tone of the movie was much more serious. Had a dark tone to it, and you actually were concerned about the characters because you could fear that something could actually happen to them. Whereas like The Force Awakens, it felt I don't know, like cotton candy. Even if something bad happened to the characters, you didn't really worry that much. It just felt like, yeah, they're gonna make it. The part that the only character that really gets it good in The Force Awakens. I mean, that was, some people were shocked by that. I didn't think it was that surprising, but Rey and Finn, I never worried about them at all. But with the characters in this movie, it is, their situation is pretty dire. So when you watch it, it's more serious for sure. It is much more serious feeling movie. I'm not going to go any further because I will start talking about spoilers. It's very hard for me to discuss these things and not talk about specific scenes that were awesome. So I'll be back in a couple days. If you have any questions that you think I can answer without spoiling anything, let me know, and I will try to respond to you in the comments below. And thanks for stopping by. I will see you guys again, I don't know, probably tomorrow, and then again on Saturday with another review. Have fun!